Okay. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Sabrina.
Hey, I was wondering if you could introduce yourself as we get started, and you can tell us a little bit about what's going on in the marketplace with lending and what you're seeing.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. I am Laura Levine, Senior Loan Advisor with Umpqua Bank, and I have been financing real estate for a quarter century now with a complex background in financing structures. I ran a nonprofit for 10 years and administered home buying programs in 13 cities and counties throughout the greater Bay Area before I moved to the amazing Lake Tahoe, which has been incredible. And I've even consulted to a small country called Andorra between France and Spain about how to buy homes, particularly in high price markets. Top specialty in helping get first-time home buyers in, as well as buyers with multiple investment properties.
Okay. And Umpqua services not just Nevada and California, but you can lend outside of the area.
15 Western United States. So Idaho, Utah, Arizona, Washington, Oregon, Montana, Wyoming, all the way down to where we hit San Diego before we, both the borders. Western United States, both the borders.
Nice, great.
We can help people buying and moving everywhere.
So mostly in our area, we're focusing on kind of jumbo, and a lot of our buyers have complex portfolios, right? They have investments here. A lot of them are business owners. They're either exiting out of a company or they're retiring. So if someone's getting ready to have a big capital event and they still want to buy property, or if they're getting ready with everything that's happening in the marketplace, if they still want to buy a home right now, given all the doomsday news, which, is here nor there, but, what could they do to prepare to get financing?
Absolutely, especially with complex portfolios. What we want to do is get all the financials in and be ready before you buy a home. Umpqua has a great portfolio program and very experienced underwriters. Also, we are a bank, so we're not passing this through multiple channels like you might find in other financial institutions. When our underwriter says we're approved, we're approved. One thing that we're doing with our buyers, and we have quite a few astute investors that are on the lookout for an opportunity. So they might not be running out and buying tomorrow, but they're ready. We are requalifying our borrowers as we go through the process. And depending on how active they're looking, we may be re-looking at their file on a weekly basis and keeping them up to date on where we are in rates. As we've seen rates move up, and many people are like, oh my God, rates are going up. Well, what's really happening is all the subsidy to interest rates is going away. So the interest rates are normalizing. They're certainly a lot higher than those magical rates in the 2s and the 3s. Interest rates are still really good, especially when you're working with a strong portfolio, you have a strong credit score, some strong assets. So we can take a look at it and see what's going to work best for you. And especially with someone with a complex portfolio, what we're doing is using a combination of loans. So it might be one larger loan on the home we're buying, and we might also be securing some assets, some stock portfolios at an even lower rate for a portion of the down payment they might want, or for part of the financing.
Nice. So are you focusing mostly on, I guess there's less refinancing right now because rates have gone up a little bit. So doing new loans for properties and conventional jumbo, what are you offering at the moment?
So as real estate as a strong investment, purchase and portfolio is always the focus. So we have a couple of clients that are refinancing, they're restructuring, they have properties, they have assets that are under leveraged. They're leveraging those properties to buy more. We're seeing some more opportunities in the marketplace. It's a strong market. Buying in a good area is always a great idea. And investors are poised to be able to take advantage of that.
Nice. And what's your, what would your rate for the 30-year, fixed rate? What is that looking like right now?
So we've got 2 buyers that are actively waiting for that yes from the seller that's imminent. And even though we can see where your sort of basic news media may be showing rates over 5, just priced a really clean 30-year fixed 4.875, no points. I'm even able to offer credit.
Nice.
So good credit, down payment of 20%. And with every purchase, lenders, not just me, but most lenders look at loan to value, credit score. The property, is it owner occupied, is it investment property? So we can take a look at all of those nuances.
Okay, nice. And then do you have things that, what else do you offer that's not a 30-year?
Loans that are fixed for 10-year, those are becoming really popular. So for a while, the 30-year fixed and the loan fixed for 10 years, but amortized over 30 years, the gap between the two is very small. That's grown to over a point. So you can look at getting a loan that's fixed for 10 in the high 3s to low 2s, whereas our 30-year fixed is in the mid 4s to high 4s.
Okay. And how long are these loans taking to process?
Rather quickly, since the pipelines are not stuffed full of refinances. Mm-hmm. So underwriting is 1 day, 2 days. Appraisals, what we're doing now is we have purchases closing in 16, 17 days, which is making our buyers really attractive. As soon as we have a ratified contract, we want to get that appraisal scheduled, and we can close 5 days after that appraisal comes in.
Nice. Are you, because it's still a pretty competitive marketplace for buyers, we have a lot of buyers that are still paying cash and then trying to refinance after. How long are refis taking?
Refinances are taking, and it depends on the complexity of the buyer and how quickly we get their documents. So we have a great Lake Tahoe buyer right now who owns 4 other properties, some commercial holdings, and we just made an offer. That loan's going to take 18 days, but we had all the documents in beforehand. We're just going to get an appraisal and get that closed. Okay.
Nice.
So I think being prepared is the most important thing. We do still have clients that are paying cash, and we do have what's called either a technical refinance or a delayed financing, which we look at purchase rules with the refinance. If someone's closing quickly with cash and they'd like us to replace that with a loan.
So can you explain that a little bit, just in case anyone hasn't heard of that? So delayed financing, what does that actually mean?
So delayed financing means what we're doing is replacing the financing after the escrow closes for the purchase. So much like it sounds. So someone might be going into escrow and the seller has put a deadline. We only want cash. We want it to close in 7 days. With the federal guidelines, we can't close a purchase loan in 7 days. So we're starting that process during the purchase. We're going to close that loan after close of escrow. So it's technically a refinance, and we call it a delayed financing transaction. So we look at the purchase rules. We consider it a purchase. We're just closing it after that close of escrow.
Nice.
And why people are doing that? The market is interesting. Right now, a lot of financial investors are taking advantage of a lot of the movement in the market. So we have clients that have vast portfolios. They could pay cash for a house. But why would they do that when their portfolios are earning double, triple, quadruple what they can borrow money for to buy that home?
Yep, exactly. That still makes sense. I know people are complaining about the rates going up, but historically, they're still pretty good.
Historically, they're incredibly low. And most of our sophisticated buyers are taking advantage of what is out there in the market so they can take advantage of. So they don't want to tie their cash up in a house. They want to take advantage, though, of what the market's offering. Because the interest rates are going higher, there's more real estate opportunities from people that may not have the same appetite as a sophisticated investor.
So in Tahoe, we have a lot of second homes, investment properties. Are the qualifications or the lending requirements different than if it was your primary or conventional?
So there's a couple of tiers. There's definitely additional rules for second homes and investment properties. Second home interest rates are typically very close to your owner-occupied primary residence. Some of the LTV requirements, that's loan to value requirements, are slightly different. Every circumstance is unique. So we always want to talk about that one-on-one. And there's plenty of opportunity. Investment properties, some of the banks in the industry are backing off. I'm happy to say that Umpqua Bank is happy to lend on good investment property loans. So we're closing those every week. The interest rates are higher. A typical number is, say, 0.5% higher than a primary residence rate is just a good benchmark. It's not necessarily the key once we calculate in credit score, how much money you're putting down, what kind of property. But it's definitely within the realm of making it worthwhile for a good property that will cash flow. Something else not everyone thinks about is we love units, especially for investment properties or owner occupied, is buying a property with 1, 2, 3, or 4 units.
Nice. Investment residential.
And one of our unique offerings is in our portfolio, we don't add a cost for the additional units.
Nice.
So it makes that loan extremely attractive, whether it's a primary residence or an investment property.
Okay. Does someone have to bank with Umpqua to get these benefits, or could they just be a mortgage client?
So someone doesn't have to bank with Umpqua to get an Umpqua loan. Some of the people that call me most often are actually financial advisors where their client has money elsewhere with them, and they'll give us a call. We are a great size bank, but we're also close enough, we're small enough that we can stay in contact with someone's financial advisor who's managing their money, and we're handling their loan.
Nice. Great. Awesome. Well, we can come visit you in person, right, near the Raleigh Shopping Center here in Incline. And
Absolutely.
then if someone wants to reach out to you to get pre-qualification and get the process started so they're ready to roll, how would they contact you?
So my phone number is 415-302-1086. You can also look me up. You can Google me, Laura Levine Lender, Laura Levine, your lender for life, Laura Levine Umpqua Bank. I'm easy to search if you forget my phone number. And of course, you can always reach me through Sabrina Belleci, Realtor to the Stars.
Yay. I know, and you've helped so many of my clients and myself personally. So obviously always appreciate it and always have good reviews and things to say about you and Umpqua.
Absolutely. And some people are afraid to reach out. I've had some of our best deals go through at 10 o'clock at night. So if I'm awake, my phone's on.
Yep. Just like a realtor.
Yes,
we're working 24/7
exactly.
pretty much.
We work the same hours.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina.
Bye.